Your eyes widen. Your whole body is trembling as though caught in a gale. You remember. All of a sudden, you remember. I write poems, I suppose. In any case, you're so pretty. Oh my, were you waiting for me? You were looking at me so reverently, like I can't read all of this. I'm going to get married soon. A Syndra? But you are not a Syndra. You know that now. You were never a Syndra. Instead, you are, and always were, like Horace. You taste the name on your tongue. Somehow, you don't know how, it sounds right. It sounds like it belongs to you. I am like Horace. You repeat it to yourself, softly. As you do, you feel a strange sensation spreading through your body. It feels as though you are being enveloped by pure, bright light. The universe around you shifts. Your fingers, which hitherto felt weak and ethereal, have sudden heft and weight. The bones nestled beneath your skin seem to have solidified. Your entire presence has changed. Before, it was weak and hazy, like the guttering flame of a candle. The mere act of breathing was an effort, and trying to get air into your lungs hurt. Your very existence was so unnatural, the universe itself tried to erase you. Beings without names are not welcome within this library. But you know your name now. You know who you are, and that has given you an undeniable, irrefutable right to life. You have fingers you can use to touch, a nose you can use to smell, and ears you can use to hear. Arms and legs, a head. You are a person after all. Your own person. The body you claimed rights to before was nothing more than a composite, summoned out of the air to suit your needs. But it did not belong to you. This body, however, this is all yours. You have achieved existence, but at what cost? What? The girl who is not like Horace stares at you, unblinking. You look just like the girl in the story. She swallows, her white swan-like neck convulses. This whole time, you were like Horace. You nod your head. You feel your hair shifting, pooling about your shoulders. You missed your hair, your long, long hair. When you felt lonely, which was often, you used to sit in your bed and brush it, 100 strokes before you went to sleep. The regular monotonous motions were soothing, relaxing. It gave you time to think. But your thoughts were always, inevitably, about her. So, my number one not fan, do you have a dance request for me now? You shiver. This whole time, it was all about her. Everything that happened, it was for her sake. Your soul was trapped on the earth for oh such a long time, mired down by bitter regrets. If only you hadn't been so awkward. Have you written any poems about me? If only you hadn't been so foolish. If only you hadn't lied. If only you had another chance. But now, if you are like Horace, then who am I? Please tell me. She looks at you, her eyes are imploring, her lower lip trembles. Who am I? You smile at her softly, and you rise to your feet. Your feet falls against the wooden floorboards. They creak. You swear the sound is a little louder than it was before. Is that because your presence has become stronger? Don't you remember? Can you not recall who you are? Wisteria? Oh. Wisteria trembles. Her body shifts and the heavy book falls from her lap. It hits the floor with a dull thud, the pages rustling. Dust motes swirl through the air lackadaisically. It's almost enchanting, but not as enchanting as her. Wisteria. My name is Wisteria? Yes, you are Wisteria. You sound bolder than you have ever done before. Were you always one to take charge like this? No. You know you were not. But a lot can change over the course of several centuries. You are the dancer. Her name. Your name. It is Wisteria. Wisteria trembles. Slowly she presses one hand against her chest. I remember. I finally remember. This whole time, I was Wisteria. I am Wisteria, and you are like Horace, and? Her expression twists. All of a sudden she looks angry? With a truly ferocious pout, she stabs a finger at you. Why did it take you so long to remember? How could you be so late? I was beginning to think you might never come. The tea I brewed was starting to get cold. You giggle softly. It is not a sound you often made, but you know that you laughed more frequently and more easily when you were with her. Well, I'm glad you find this so funny. You have some serious explaining to do, my #1 not fan. I'm sorry. I should have realized who you were sooner. Your soul was rooted in the soil for far too long. When it was torn away, you started to forget. You forgot who you were. You forgot who she was. But no longer. Why did you make me wait? I wanted to talk to you for so long. And I wanted to talk to you too. All this time I wanted to see you. I wanted to apologize. But it seems miracles can occur after all. You sniff. All of a sudden your eyes feel watery. I'm sorry. You duck your head and wipe the corners of your eyes with the back of your hand. Hey, like Horace, why are you crying at a time like this? Aren't you happy to see me again? I am happy. I'm so happy I can't stop crying. You've always been so weird. I know, and I'm sorry for being such a coward. I should have told you how I really felt, but I didn't want to impose, not when you were going to get married. Oh, that? I was never going to get married, silly. What? You weren't? No, I don't like men. Didn't I complain about them staring at me? Then why did you say that? Because I wanted to see how much you liked me. I wanted you to tell me, in your own words, that you loved me. Wisteria. Don't look at me like that. She flusters, her cheeks burn brightly like oil lamps, even in the gloom of this secluded library. I could have told you myself, but I was afraid too. I didn't want you to reject me. Your voice catches in your throat. You choke. This whole time, you told yourself it was impossible over and over until you could no longer imagine any other outcome. But that was foolish. As a poet, you should have known. Reality can, in some cases, be even stranger than fiction. It seems even a strange, reclusive, awkward girl like you can be loved, too. I would never reject you, Wisteria. I love you, too. Like Horace? That's right, I love you. This whole time I loved you. Ah. You step towards her. She rises to her feet, though her legs are unsteady like a newborn lamb's. Your fingers find hers. Hers find yours. They fit together so perfectly, as though they were always meant to. As though this is how things should be. They could have been. If only you weren't such a coward, the pair of you. She really is warm, soft and gentle, just like you imagined. Wisteria, I love you. I love you so much. Even after 500 years? Even so. Even though you forgot my name? But Wisteria is giggling. I forgive you. I would forgive you no matter what, because I love you. I waited for you in purgatory for more than 500 years, you know? But what about you? Do you have any proof of your feelings? The proof is all around you. It is? Yes. Where? She glances and you glance with her. The library in the middle of nowhere where lost souls come to converge is filled with books. Every single story that has ever been told, is in the process of being told, and will be told in the future, is gathered on these shelves. That being the case, this should be easy to prove. I wrote so many poems about you, Wisteria. You did? Yes, so many. Hundreds upon hundreds, though I scrapped most of them. But they should all be here. If this library is able to record everything we humans have created, then I'm sure they will. All the poems I wrote to you, about everything I loved, it's recorded in here forever, until the ends of time. But you never let me read your poems. Maybe I should. You look down at the floor, your lashes casting shadows against your skin. This is rather embarrassing. No, it's horribly embarrassing. For a writer, there's nothing more embarrassing than allowing others to read your work in front of you. It's intimate. Even more intimate than holding hands or trading kisses or sliding off clothes. But you will do it for her. It's been more than 500 years already. You cannot give her much, but you can give her this. You can give her your love. And hopefully, your love is enough. Maybe then, you will finally be able to achieve the ending you have always hoped for. The ending you always wanted. An ending you wanted to build with her.